So Activision lays off 5% of its staff. The individuals included Infinity Ward, which did the Infinite Warfare, and also included Beanox, which is the remastered version of Call of Duty 4, and 20 individuals were actually developers. A couple of things I definitely want to touch on that in regards to that particular conversation is sometimes I've been guilty of this. Maybe you haven't. Sometimes it seems like because of the experience that's being crafted for us in the world of gaming, we forget. Sometimes I've been guilty of it. We forget that we're actually dealing with families and what that represents for them and how they're going to move next in regards to maybe their next collaboration, next partnership, or the next thing that they're going to do in their lives, because now they're losing the opportunity that generated income for their families, and what are they going to do next? Now, that's really close to home. I've experienced that. Layoffs, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. You don't know if it's coming or not coming, depending on what the company is actually giving you as far as information is concerned, and how you're going to go about dealing with that in regards to your family and how you're going to move next. So a couple of things there I definitely want to share with you, that I never want to get so caught up in the actual experience that I'm having with the games that are being crafted for me. You figure like some of these games are 3 years, 4 years, 5-year projects from concept to actual the product itself, right? We get this game and we're enjoying this game. A couple of things happen in the last 2-3 years, right? Even in the recent, maybe a couple of months, or a year off from where we are now, we had number 44 as far as the president. Now we have number 45, right? So that happened, and then you had babies, and you had marriages, and all the different things that take place in the family environment. And in regards to these individuals who are great at what they do when they craft this experience for us, whatever that experience is, whatever that game is. So I never really want to go so far away from that and not remember what they've done, and just definitely want to say God bless to them and their families, and hope that they bounce back as soon as possible for them. Definitely want to touch on that. The family unit matters, and these individuals are great at what they do, and they're talented at what they do. So definitely wanted to mention that. So that's one thing. So new games, new collaborations, I'm sure will come from these individuals, right? Whether developers or all the individuals represented in that 5%. But another thing I definitely want to mention, as far as ever since December of 2016, Activision, I guess, clocked in terms of monies, 6.61 billion, which is up 42% of 2015. Definitely want to mention that. So although they were very candid about what they said about Infinity Warfare, the game itself, in terms of how it did, which based on my circles and my colleagues, it wasn't well received. But I'm sure, I guess, in the esports competitive realm, if that's their game, they're going to play anyway. But as far as conversations that are behind the scenes, I may not know about that, so I can't really talk about that. But in terms of my circles, it was all right when it came to gameplay and what it represented. But it's still Call of Duty, a big game. So another thing too, I definitely want to mention while I'm thinking about it now, is the fact that Call of Duty, or Activision, is considering going back to what made Call of Duty great. So there's no slogan there, right? So I definitely want to share that, because it seems like the game that we remember, the game that was inspired by GoldenEye, is what's missing in the core FPS experience today. So I definitely want to touch on that while I had it in my mind. Wanted to share that with you. So the next thing also is, since Activision Publishing is realigning resources, right? Since they're realigning resources, what does that actually mean? So there are 2 games coming in holiday 2017, and in June there's that big event called E3, right? So there's 2 games that are coming in holiday 2017 that is most likely, I would bet on it, is going to be their main focus. That is Destiny 2 and Call of Duty. So now, marketing is attention, right? So right now you're watching this video and you're like, okay, so where's this guy going with this? So here's where I'm going with this. So I wouldn't be surprised if the marketing budget, right, for both of the games, Call of Duty and Destiny 2, are big. Now, typically you think big game, big marketing budget, right? Typically, and then you have the buzz, and then you start talking about the game. Everyone's talking about the game. It seems like everywhere you go, everybody's talking about the game. Typically, you think big game, big budget. But there's some games that were big games, but they did not have a big budget like Halo 5. I don't remember seeing that big budget as far as marketing is concerned to garner our attention to head towards the direction of actually seeing what this game was about. Of course, the faithful did play Halo 5 and that kind of thing, but you understand what I'm saying there. But now we have Destiny 2, big game, okay, and then you have Call of Duty, which is a big game as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a good marketing drive, a good marketing campaign for both of these games as they approach E3 2017, which is June, the week of the 13th, I believe, and going right into the holiday season for those two things. So I see that being a big deal. So the other thing that caught my attention, I definitely want to share in this video, is the fact that E3 2017 is right around the corner. Media passes and stuff like that, that opens up, I believe, Valentine's Day, right? So once that opens up, there's the other conversation that I'm seeing is, okay, so what does that mean for the individuals who are going to get media passes now? Is it going to be tougher for them to get media passes because there's this 15,000 ticket allocated for the individuals that are going to be attending as consumers? Is that going to affect how we do the media passes thing now? Is it get the tickets while they're hot for your media passes before you do not have the opportunity to do that anymore? Is it based on the analytics and the numbers that we give of the E3 individuals and how that looks, and if they readjusted those numbers because now there's consumers actually attending that are willing to pay money for the tickets now? So all these conversations now are coming up based on the fact that, so now what is E3 going to represent now that consumers are going to be able to attend it? And depending on this, maybe they're doing like an A/B testing from last year, 2016, to this year, 2017, and what that's going to look like now in terms of what that means in the future of E3. Are we going to do more consumer tickets, maybe 30,000 in 2018? So what is that going to look like? So I definitely want to touch on those things. I would like to know what you thought about the particular conversation about the direction that Activision is going. What do you think about the marketing of Destiny 2 and Call of Duty? What do you think about that? What do you think is going to happen there? The E3 conversation in terms of 2017, what does that mean? Tickets versus media passes. What are your thoughts on there? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.